What's going on YouTube? Dale Jr. 4800 back here with another video here on the channel. And yes, it is iRacing once again, but this one's a pretty good one, I think. This is my perspective of a league that I'm a part of on iRacing called the NSRLA, and this is their inaugural season of the brand new ARCA car that iRacing has put out. This is the first time that I have been driving the ARCA car. I drove it a little bit in the Talladega official races the week prior to get used to the car, but this is the first legit race, points paying, for a league, that kind of deal for me. And as you can see by you watching the video, we qualified pretty dang well. For a second, I was on pole, but the three guys in front of me, the 10, the 9, excuse me, and the 30 car, they did manage to put in a time better than I did. But still, for the first league race I've ever taken a part of in iRacing, a 4th place is not all that bad. So you see as we're pacing around here, we had a pretty stacked field. This field had, I think, 40 cars, which, being that it was the first race, there was a lot of people that signed up. They were going to cut the field down, but we had a lot of people, so they did allow all of them to race. This was a 60-lap event. I want to make that clear. 60-lap event, 60% fuel load, so pit stops are going to be happening quite a bit. You see the pace car pull off, and there is the green flag. And you can kind of already see in the back that stuff's already trying to go down, but there was no yellow flag for that, so we kept on going. You see the field kind of figures out where it wants to go. First lap, everyone kind of figuring out, okay, what can we do, what can we not do. You see me up on the outside line. I'm not lying, and I did live stream my perspective of this race over on my Twitch channel, which, by the way, check out my Twitch channel. We got a race coming up this Saturday. What are you doing if you ain't watching? But I was nervous. I really didn't know how well I was going to perform at all. You see me push the 9 car all the way out there to the front. I was like, hey, good move on my part. Now I'm the leader on the outside. We got the 15 behind me. He can push me if he wants to now. And then the 9 and the 30 start linking bumpers. And it's a pretty good race up at the front of the pack. I mean, we're running good. We're double file. We're not trying to be on top of one another. Go for spaces that ain't even there. We're doing good. That was until kind of figure out where I'm building up to here. Yep, we have a yellow flag come up. You see, we get put in a really weird position here, and I thought, oh no, I don't like being in the middle. Don't like being in the middle. And just when I thought being in the middle was bad, the yellow came out. And you see, you can kind of figure out when the yellow exactly came out. You kind of see everyone fan out and kind of get away from one another, get eased up. So the yellow flag does come out. We didn't even complete the second lap. We were getting there. We were almost there, but we didn't quite get there. And go ahead and have a look at what exactly caused the yellow here in a second. You see, this is the second pack behind us. Gets a bump. And yeah, you can kind of figure out what exactly happened there. Took out a few cars. We did have a few fast repairs, so it was not at the end of the day for those guys. They did get in the pit road, get repaired. But since that was so quick of a yellow, when no one came down pit road, we just filed back up and we go back to green flag racing. Now, one thing I will say about me as we watch this video is my restarts were very hit or miss. Some of them I hit the nail on the head, and then there was some I was absolutely god-awful with. Now, this is one where I was kind of bad, but it wasn't as bad as it could have been. Now, thankfully, on this run, we actually did put a good few green flag laps in. So it wasn't, you know, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. It was, all right, now we can get somewhere. We can get something going. We can kind of figure out who's going to run up front for the majority of this race. Get a good shot of this right here. Listen to this. That's a good camera angle. I love that camera angle. But you see, we're now on the inside line. We're behind the 10, but in front of the 15. And I'm perfectly content with running where I was running. I wasn't going to try to go up there and lead laps. I was just kind of getting the feel for how these guys are going to race. And I can't say this for everybody, because I didn't race around everybody. But the guys that I was racing with up at the front, very clean individuals, kept a clean nose, kept a clean race. They didn't try to do anything crazy or anything like that. You see the 3 car kind of going below the yellow line there. I think he got a bad bump. That's why he went down there to the bottom. Oh yeah, here we go. Man, I love how these ARCA cars sound in the super speedways. It sounds so good. But you see, we got this one huge pack here at the front. We got another pack, and then we got a third pack in the very back. That was pretty much par for the course for this race, as we had everyone kind of split up into packs that they were comfortable running in or where they were running at the time of the race. A couple laps later, down the back straightaway, you see the one car go up in the middle. You got a car with him. I'm on the bottom. And, well, I think I'll just let the video do the talking. Yeah, we have another yellow flag, and a pretty bad yellow flag on this one. I wish iRacing did red flags, because this was probably one of the few red flags we would have in this race. But he started right in front of me. I let off the throttle. I don't even think I touched the brake. Just let off the throttle, let him figure it out. When I saw the exit, I went for it. You can see it right here. 26 comes down into the 10. That's what kind of starts it, and then it all falls apart. 26 goes in the wall, pins the 43 into the wall. Now what you kind of see there for a second is you see that's the 02 car, the bright yellow car, go right up the racetrack, and he collects the 42 car, which we're going to see his perspective here. So he lets off the throttle. He's going to make it. No, he's not. He tried. It's the 02 shot up the racetrack, and, well, he's turtled. But this is the pacing laps, and this was one of the major mistakes I did during the race. See, everyone's going down pit road. What am I not doing? I'm not going down pit road. I should have pitted here. But I'm thinking, in my mind, we still had a few laps of fuel left, so why should I be pitting? I don't think anyone else is going to pit, and I see everyone going down pit road, and it didn't click with me to maybe join them. So we ended up not pitting. But that did give us some bonus points for leading laps. And in fact, we led 2 of them, both of them under caution. We take very small wins here. Okay, this is the very first race I'm doing. A win's a win in my book in this situation. So you see me inside the front row. I am the control car for this, and compliment myself here, pat myself on the back. I don't go until I see the green lights, because I thought that's what the rule was. So we keep a pretty uniform pack on the restart. See, claim to fame. We kept a clean pack. So we get back to rolling here. You see I'm the leader on the bottom. You got the 21 behind me, the 20, then the 30 behind him. Now keep in mind, it's still earlier in the race. I'm not aggressive. Let's just hang on the bottom. You know, that's where the fast line is. And you see the 20 and the 21 go high. 20 is going to push the 21. I got no one behind me, so those guys march on. But the 30, credit to him, he gave me a good shot going into 3. Just not quite good enough. And that let the 14 go to the bottom, and that put 3 cars ahead of me on the inside line. So we find ourselves 4th in line on the bottom, fit to be scored 5th because the 88 has a good run on the outside. And as you can see, these guys are in the back are just all over the place. I'm shocked we didn't have a yellow there when how someone hit the wall. As we head into turn 1, you see the 7 goes way up the track into the wall. We have a little something happen here in a minute, and you're going to be shocked how we don't have a yellow. You see the 21 got shuffled out of line. He goes up to the top to get help from the 88. That puts the 20 now in the lead on the bottom side. We're now third in line. See the one car kind of got stuck in the middle there. 7 pinned on the outside. He can't go anywhere because he ain't got no help. Down the front straightaway, very close to the line, but it's just barely the 20 car on the inside, just barely. If this was Talladega, the 21 would have been there, but you see he goes back down to the bottom block the 20 to get his draft. See the 7 car again, right up against the wall, just got no help. He's going to slide all the way to the back. And you see the inside line just, for whatever reasons, got a little split up. And that really killed everyone's momentum as we head down the back straightaway. See the 61 tucked in behind me. And look at this, 3 wide, 30's in the middle. One car's trying to go with him, and oh no! It's happening again. I see a wreck. I back out of it a little bit. I keep it on the apron. This is not a yellow. The 4 car, I'm pretty sure, had a broken wheel at one point in that, and that was not a yellow. Well, what does that do? Well, that splits up the pack. We were one huge pack, now we're very small. 4 cars that were in the front break away. You see them going on the left side of your screen. And that leaves me with this cluster of 6 cars, finna be 7 because the 61 will catch me. So we following the 9 car there, and that puts me in a pretty weird position. Because keep in mind, all of these guys have made a pit stop. I haven't. So I have to come down pit road. That puts me off strategy, and well, a few laps later, I fall to the back of this pack because I don't want to be in the middle of them when I try to peel off pit road, or peel down pit road. So I go to the back, come off turn 4, start easing up, and I almost make a mistake here, but I catch it. I went down to second just a little too quick, and it spun the back tires, and I almost wrecked. But I did catch it, so no harm, no foul. See a car down pit road there. That's another car that was pitting with me, but he was I think he was a lap behind me. So we get in the pits, and we're going to make our pit stop. Now, little bit of a mistake here. I thought I had the right side selected to be changed, and the left side's blacked out. Nope. I had the left side selected, and the rights didn't get changed. So while kind of a mistake on my part, it in a way kind of shaved some time I was on pit road because I didn't have to go around the car. But that's not really what I wanted to do. I wanted to change right sides, not lefts. Little bit of a mistake. But as you can see, as I'm coming off of pit road, merging back onto the racetrack on the back straightaway, I have no help. No one is with me. So that's just going to make me infinitely slower. Or at least it would if there wasn't 2 cars currently catching me right now. Now you can't see them in the shot because I only have the camera angles that are focused on my car because this is my perspective. But you see there, 2 cars behind me. And they're going to catch me. That's the 21, I remember him, and the 3 car. They're going to catch me. And they did. And then the lead lap cars caught us. And because I'm off strategy right now, these guys, which I can't call them out specifically, but some of these guys are on the lead lap and they're having to make their green flag pit stops at some point. But I don't have to. I can go for a good few laps and still be good. So you see me kind of stuck in the middle. Like I'm off strategy. I'm finna be a lap down unless something changes very quickly. I'm pretty much screwed. And as you can see there in them yellow lights, we get a very well-timed yellow flag. This is where the strategy shifts back in my favor and I can actually get back on the same strategy as everyone else. Now, as to what caused this yellow, feast your eyes on the O2 car there. And be patient. Gave myself a little bit of time to do a voiceover here, but Anyways, the O2 car, he is the reason why we have a yellow flag on the speedway. And again, in my mind, let's get back on the same strategy as everyone else. We can come down pit road as soon as we get all paced up. And keep in mind here, I was fixing to be a lap down, but I'm actually on the lead lap right now. So this is big moment here. I stay on the lead lap. I'm not under threat of being a lap down. So here you go. Watch the O2 car. He's got to run on these guys. These are lap traffic. He goes through the middle, hesitates. The one car can't check up quick enough, and he does turn in. Now, thankfully, the O2 car did a very good job here. Kept it on the outside so everyone could go to the bottom. Didn't damage the car. Very impressive. He did not damage the car. And then you see that's my pack there, and you see me in that blue number 53. That could have potentially been a lot bigger than what it turned out to be. So props to the O2 car for good car control, not involving anyone else. Now here's the actual pit stop that I was talking about. This is the pit stop that puts me back on strategy with all of these guys. So you see some of the guys that I've been running with up front a little bit, and you'll see them on pit road. This puts me back on in line with their strategy. So now I'm not way off like I was just a second ago. I'm back where I need to be. You see the 61 goes off pit road. 10 car beats him off. Then the 30, the 23, the 20. Those are all guys I had been running with at the beginning part of the race. The 45, the 88. You see all these guys are going right by me. And I again, potentially another mistake. I took 4 tires. But at the same time, much rather be on fresh rubber than old rubber, especially with these cars. You can kind of feel the tire wear a little bit with these cars, especially at the end of a fuel run when the car is light, when the tires are a little worn. You could kind of feel a little bit of understeer, especially coming out of 4. That's where I could really feel it. Took a little bit more wheel to actually make it turn in 4 at the end of a run. But that puts us now back on strategy with all these other guys. So we're not having to make another pit stop, unnecessarily to not be with these guys. We're back with them. Caution goes like it should. We get paced up, and now we're back in our grid. Now, of course, because of how it all shook out, we are a little further back in the pack, which a little nervous though because I got a lot of cars around me, but at the end of the day, we'll be okay. Green flag flies, but the 43 did not get going, and that jumbled everybody up at the front, and it kind of made everyone check up in the back, but it's okay because everyone figured it out. So head off into turn 1. The 10 cars up on the outside, 43's at the bottom. See the 26 dive off in front of me, which kind of scared me a little bit because I didn't know if that 26 car was clear or not, but he went for it anyway. You see I'm 3 wide, the 9 and the 14 on my outside. So we head down the back straightaway. 14's got the run, he's good to go. As we figure out where everyone's going to go, everyone wants to be comfortable running. 43 still running up at the front on the bottom side. The 10 still on the top side. 10 car is going to lead that lap in particular. The 1 car went way high on the racetrack, trying to use all that momentum he can. He ended up touching the wall in the tri-oval. 10 car gets clear of the 43, and well, that's monstrous. That was a terrible accident going into turn 1. And in turn, that took out a few cars that had already done their fast repair for this race. So they're done. But big accident like that, I think that would have been a red flag in real life. But you see, 9 car gets turned. Oh, goodness gracious. 39 had a hard hit to the outside of the wall. Look at that. His hood's up. He can't even see where he's going. 42 car from earlier on his roof. Went through it cleanly this time. Nice job. But because we didn't have that much of a green flag run, no one really came down pit road. So we filed back up. And we're ready to get back going here now. Instead of being on the inside like I have been, I'm now on the outside. Haven't been up here since the start of the race. So this will be a interesting way of a restart. But we're ready to get going here. Now I want you to look very carefully at a certain car that is currently blinking in and out of the screen. That 10 car had some connection issues during the next few laps, and that really screwed over the inside, especially for the 20 car, because he was having to kind of guess where the 10 car was at points. And props to V-Speed, they're the guys that broadcasted this race live here on YouTube, by the way. Subscribe to V-Speed to watch their broadcast of these races. They were on the money. They called that out pretty dang quick, and we're like, that's going to be a problem. And it was almost a problem right there. It almost took out the 20 car. And since the outside didn't have that kind of problem, top 4, including myself, we break away, go to the bottom. 30 car leads us, and the 10 car is still going to have a little bit of issues here. You can kind of see it there in the beginning part of that clip. He's still blinking in and out. You might think, well, wouldn't you be nervous if a car is blinking in and out behind you? No, not really. I'd much rather him be behind me than in front of me in that situation. And you see everyone's kind of fanned out now because that 10 car is having that issue. Which, this was a good thing because we did need to settle down a little bit. Now, I did kind of give a shot to the 30 car to try and get him up there to the front, but unfortunately my bump was just a little too late. The 61 got there much quicker than I could have. And you see the 10 car go all the way to the outside, and watch him pretty carefully because I think he blinks again. Yep, there he goes. That is probably the best. If you're an iRacer and you don't have a wired connection, trust me when I say this, if you're blinking, go to the outside, get out of the way. That's the best thing you can do in this situation. And you see the 10 car is doing a great job at that until, well, I have to look at the replay on that one because I'm pretty sure, and yep, you can see the flashing light on my dash there. We are under another yellow flag. Now, if you're wondering what for, that flashing 10, I hope you were paying attention because he kind of does cause this. But I don't blame the driver necessarily. I do blame a little bit of the internet on this. He can control his internet, kind of, but not in the sense he can control the car. So, have a look here. He's on the outside of the 26, just a victim. Victim of internet. Probably saw him and scared him, and, it happens. No. If I remember correctly, I think we had 1 or 2 fast repairs. And I think the 26 was fitting. I think he is going to use that fast repair because, he's got a front and a rear bumper missing. But because of this yellow flag, because of this well-timed yellow, everyone was in their pit window, so we all decided to come down pit road. Didn't make the mistake of not coming down pit road under yellow flag conditions this time. And we pit from the 3rd position. And you'll see here, 61 is into his stall, the 30 is into his stall, the 61's in front of mine. I get into mine clean. And what the heck is the 10 car doing? He's in the wrong pit stall. Well, and he figured it out. Now, we did lose a position on pit road. We did lose 1 position, mainly because we changed tires. We took our final set of right sides, which, by the way, only 2 sets of tires. 2 lefts, 2 rights. We used our last set there. So we took our right side tires, our last set of tires, and we should be good to go to the end of the race. Now, I will say this while we're pacing here. From this point on, I was very close on fuel. I could make it to the end if I saved, and I was banking on saving fuel if we get more cautions. So, all throughout the pacing, you're going to see me in 4th gear shutting the engine off. But speaking of that, we're back to green flag racing. And you see the 92 did not get going, but car on the inside, the 76 did get going. And because the 76 got going, the inside line's going, the outside line ain't. So the 61 goes right back to me, the 20's with me, the 23 goes to the outside with us. And, well, now would be a good time to kind of talk about a certain glitch that's taking place with the ARCA cars, where if you push someone for too long, it's almost like it damages the car in front of you, and it causes that to happen. Or at least that's what's hypothesized to happen to the 92 and the 76. We'll get a kind of a replay here, and I'll kind of explain what happened. But essentially, the 30 that was in between the two cars, he was pushing the 76, and because he's pushing, for whatever reason with these cars, it's a glitch where if you push for too long, it's like it damages the leading car, and like a parachute gets deployed. And, well, once that parachute deploys, it screws everything up. You see the 92 and the 76 shoot down the inside. The 92 he got a little bit of damage, but he wasn't too bad off. 76, however, that's a broken wheel. He'll have to get that fixed. But because we went half a lap, no one pits. So we're ready to go back racing, and this particular restart was not a good one for me. And you're fitting to see why. I didn't really expect the one car to go as soon as he did. So that allowed the 61 to go to the bottom, which in a way was a good thing because that allowed me to have a little bit better draft off the 61 than I would have had on the one car. But if we watch on the back straight through the corner here, the 23's pushing me, and the 61, he's pushing the one car, and I'm kind of stuck in the middle. The 23's wanting to go, and I'm like, I got nowhere to go. But 61 car jumps to the outside, and now I can push the one car. And I'm like, okay, he's got no one in front of him. Let me show off some of my bump drafting skills. So as soon as we come off of turn 4, I got a little bit of head of steam thanks to the 23 car. I transfer my momentum over to that one car, and he leads that lap, and I'm staying right on. I don't come off his back bumper this entire time going into one. And because I'm still pushing him, because we got momentum, he clears the 61 on the inside. And I clear the 61. We're still going. We're not stopping. I'm going to push him. We're going to get a good lead, and we're going to be fine. That is until yellow flag. Happens right about there. As soon as we go by that camera. But it was a good thing, though, because I did get a compliment from the one car about my pushing ability, which you'll hear in just a second.
Good pushing, as you can see.
Another W. But why is the yellow out? Well, because people on the back straightaway just couldn't hold in a straight line. Keep in mind, we are coming to the very end of this race, so I was hoping we could stay green and I could push the one car, but it turns out, no, we're not going to be able to do that. So, that sets up a late race restart. Like I said, we're coming to the end, so everyone, you're going to see some pretty crazy moves. Now, you might be wondering, do we have another pit stop? No. There's no reason to pit. We got no more tires. The only thing we'd be pitting for is for fuel, and I know I can make it to the end by this point. I just got to keep saving fuel. Now, I'm in a bad spot here because I want to push the one car, but he's on the inside and I'm on the outside. This isn't going to work. So, we go right here. I don't get a good jump. I don't know why the car did not get a good jump, but it didn't. So that kind of stacks up the outside line. And that lets the bottom 3 go in front of, or bottom 4, excuse me, go in front of me. I jump down the lane because I don't really want to be on the outside right now. I ain't got really much help. 3-car jumps on the outside. He'll lead that one. He'll lead the outside line. The 8 car is going to go with him. He'll push him down the back straightaway. And here comes the 15. And suddenly now we got a real thing going here. 20 jumps to the outside. And keep in mind, we're winding down these laps, and you know everyone's kind of getting a little antsy. And I think, if I remember correctly, this is 2 to go right here. We have 2 laps to go at the line. Can we hold it together for 1 lap? And you see it already happening. 2 to go, and 9 car gets turned. Now that would bring the yellow out, and that yellow could not have come at a better time because we almost watered them up and going in a first turn right here. You see how all of us kind of spread out. It's because we were fitting to have a moment. But the 9 car brings out the caution. This is going to set up the first of 2 green-white checkered attempts. So now, in my mind, I'm still cutting it close on fuel. I'm saving every bit I can. I'm turning the engine off, keeping it in 4th, doing everything I can to make sure I got enough fuel to make it to the end, but it's close. Really close. Now, as to what the yellow was about, you see how they kind of had a moment there, and it looks like a little bit of retaliation maybe, but you know, I'm not going to be the one to say that definitively. But car facing the wrong way, definitely a yellow flag. So that gives us green-white checkered attempt number 1. We go back to green flag racing. I get a better restart. 61's pushing the 23. 23 goes to the bottom lane. I'm going to push the 61. And in my back of my head, I'm thinking maybe I could do the same thing with the 61 that I did with the 1 car a little earlier and push him since he's got no one in front of me. So that's what I'm going to do here. And you see, catching him, I gave him a shot coming out of 2. And because I gave him that shot, that gets me out of line and yellow flag. We don't even need a replay. You can see it. 64 got turned. So green-white checkered attempt number 1 is out the window. And we're going to re-rack and do a second green-white checkered attempt. In the back of my head, I'm thinking, we're not going to see the checkered flag under green flag conditions. We'll probably see the yellow and the checkered come out together under the pace car. Following the pace car, I mean. So, yellow flag again. No one's doing pit stops. We're all saving fuel. The 61 currently scored as the leader. The ones behind him, then the 23, then me, the 53. So, this is a big restart. This is a huge restart. This could really set up an awesome finish as long as everyone keeps it civil. So, pace car is leading the way. Double file. Second attempt at a green-white checkered. Next flag, regardless if it's yellow or if it's green, this is going to end the race. 61 gets a great jump. Black flag number 1. He didn't realize that he had made an illegal move there because you can't change lanes before the start-finish line. At that moment, I know he's not in the equation. He's going to get a black flag probably. So, look at what happens. 1 car goes to the outside. 23 goes with him. 61 goes to the bottom. Nearly cuts the nose off the 15. Look at the run I'm getting off the 20 car. I see the hole. I'm going for it. 20's going to come with me. What the heck happened? Why are we all slowing down? Caution flag. When did the caution come out? Sometime on the back straightaway. In the back of my head, I have absolutely no idea where I finished. I know what iRacing's telling me, but nothing else. Here's the yellow flag. 9 car again, just not having a great day. He takes out the 45 car. They both smack the wall. And well, what the heck happens now? So, back to this. What you see here was the unofficial results. the one car is classified as the leader, with the 23 being classified in second, the 61 is in third, and I'm in fourth. However, the one car, because he crossed the, he changed lanes before the start-finish line, he is black flagged and sent to the tail end of the longest line, which makes the 23 car your race winner, the 61, the silver medal, and me finishing in third. What a race. First ever super speedway race in these ARCA cars that actually mattered. We qualified fourth, we finished third, we led 2 laps. It's solid work, people. Solid work. Anyways, I think I'm going to end this video here. Like and subscribe for me, will ya? More content like this coming soon. I'll catch you next time.